about them Spurs? You could clearly see they was getting on LeBron's nerves. Guess they had to make up from when they lost last time, won by 10 and got it in. Now it's 3-2, boo. Think they got this shit. They gonna win it, biatch. Anywho, I went off into a tangent. I wrote something for me ma today on Mother's Day, but she was feeling ill and slept all day, and then when she did wake up, I was asleep and we just kept missing each other, so I'm gonna go ahead and get it now on Daddy's Day since she played both roles and all. But first, I'm gonna educate y'all on something I did a little research on. I gotta make this quick because I gotta get up at 5 in the freaking morning to go to work. It's tough, but at least I finally got a job in my profession. The modern holiday of Mother's Day was first celebrated in 1908 when Annie Jarvis held a memorial for her mother in Grafton, West Virginia. She then began a campaign to make Mother's Day a recognized holiday in the U.S. Although she was successful in 1914, she was already disappointed with its commercialization by the 1920s. Jarvis's holiday was adopted by other countries and is now celebrated all over the world. In this tradition, each person offers a gift card, or remembrance toward their mothers, grandmothers, and or maternal figures on Mother's Day. 9 years after the first official United States Mother's Day, commercialization of the holiday became so rampant that Annie Jarvis herself became a major opponent of what the holiday had become and spent all her inheritance and the rest of her life fighting what she saw as an abuse of the celebration. Later, commercialization and other exploitations of Mother's Day infuriated Jarvis, and she made her criticisms explicitly known for the rest of her life. She criticized the practice of purchasing greeting cards, which she saw as a sign of being too lazy to write a personal letter. It's a waste of paper, something someone reads once, then what? We wasteful don't want to use our resources and complain about the damn deficit, dog. Do better. She was arrested in 1948 for disturbing the peace. Now, ain't that ludicrous? While protesting against the commercialization of Mother's Day, she finally said she regretted having started it. Mother's Day continues to be one of the most commercially successful U.S. occasions. I know most don't care that I did a little wiki research and decided to share, but Kendrick said ignorance is bliss. So we've been known to switch. I think of a lot of shit like the aftermath of eating an abundant amount of raisins. This is from my ma, so I can't cuss or mention blazing. Players F up too though, bro, so I'ma move on. It's too late for edits and rephrasing. Now, I've been listening to instrumentals all darn day, at least 3 hours, trying to find a 10-minute beat. And it was harder than I thought. I gotta tell you, I really miss my Fruity Loops, so to any producers out there, if you know any DAW, for those who don't know, that's a digital audio workstation, whether it's Logic, GarageBand, Pro Tools, Fruity Loops, whatever, please get at me, because all I got now is this app called Sample Tank on my iPad, and it's alright, but I'd rather have the real thing. Anywho, let me go ahead and jump in this. Sounds kind of classical, but it's the best I can find. I got love for you, ma, like Common. I love and respect all the overtime you put in, so every day, every darn dish wasn't ramen. I want to give you everything and then some, and when I realize I can't, I reflect on the repercussions of robbing. But I know them laws won't hesitate to grab me by the balls and beat me like Tyson if I even entertain robbing. Givens, get it? You tell me everything will be better when I get a job and I'm able to stand on my own too. Now that's why I love you, cause when I suffer from insomnia, you keep me dreaming. You told me to read the word if I want to depart from this demon. You taught me when I'm with a woman, show chivalry, but pack the plastic so I don't catch something tragic like magic when I shoot my semen. Oh, I'm tripping. Oh. If it weren't for you, I'd probably still be selling sacks, lying to the laws, and you saying I was smoking blacks, probably advanced to cooking crack, steady scheming, or pathetic like Pookie in the projects, begging and pleading, cause I'm fiending. You told me Don't focus or follow my friends, cause for everything there's a time, place, and season. I still remember swearing my revenge on all the whoopings I received without reason. I know all the colored cats can kinda relate and started cheesing. If no one else, I know you got my back and in my abilities you believe in. So, dear mama, I ain't mad at you like Pop. I'll never forget that silly situation where you said the door I locked. I said it wasn't, and you replied, well, why would I have knocked? Before the cops caught and tased me by the whole ordeal, I was shocked. I know I pissed you off every other hour on the clock. Everyone knows you're a nurturer. That's why when you're around, they flock like a crack bean on a cock. Sorry for my insanity. But when I wrote this, I was high as a tube sock. Got my props like Carrot Top. So I had to mop. One day I'ma take care of you with money I make through internet marketing, creating condominiums, cul-de-sacs, my wax on tracks, and or the E-Trade stock. I don't care if I get a single like or Jezebel on my jock. I can give a F about these niggas as long as my mama love me. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. I love you forever, woman, cause you rock. No Dwayne, no Tyrone or Dwayne. I know I'm a little insane in the brain, but I can never take back all the times I acted a fool, skipped school, or the times I argued with you back and forth like a darn duel, acting slow like what's right I didn't know, but I don't wear a helmet or drool. Okay, that was kind of cruel, just trying to express the drama, mama, and the duel. DOOL days of our lives. I think I got a little bit better after that incident with the boys in blue and butcher knives. Truth be told, as a kid, I would always observe the older adolescents and copy. Started hanging with the wrong posse. I would set it off just cuz, thinking they knew what they were talking about. He's pretty popular with his peach fuzz, and I will be too if I do what he does. I was always around homies who would smoke a tree, soaking up game from when they spit a free, thinking I gotta do the same if I want a bad B on my D. Peer pressure is a motherfucker. So early on I hit the THC. This is before I retained my degree at ITT and really realized I was born AG and can't no one take that from me. As a teen, I was always thinking or smoking green, trying to ball like LeBron. Or green, I became known as the crazy kid who always high, just trying to make light of the little we had and study the art of getting by. I felt like everyone hated me like Chris in Bed-Stuy. Can't seem weak and let them see you cry, so you gotta keep your head up like Pac and try till you die. So every day I would try something new and seem more troubled in the time I was taking the stop 6 rocking blue. So many said I would see success when pigs fly. Just cause I favored Taj didn't make me a smart guy. Well, I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. Swine flu. I wish my pops was more like John Q. And if my folks would have waited, I wonder how long it would have lasted. Probably half an hour after the I do. I ain't know about fatherhood like Underwood, Blair. I just know he was hardly ever there. And when he did come, it was short-lived like the first fuck. I'd be sad and my mom would get mad cause out the window I just stare. It's like I was being punished cause they weren't the perfect pair. After a while I just concluded that maybe you just don't care. Why stress something you can't control? I already got gray hair, so I just write while I put something in the air. Then got caught up by the same officer who years prior taught dare, asked me who and where I got it from. I may have killed a couple brain cells, but I'm far from dumb. I seen snitch, bitch, so I responded, Smokey the Bear. She said, let's see how funny you are when you handcuffed to this chair. With this orange jumpsuit on looking like a highlighter with plenty of wear and tear. Every hour felt like a damn day. I thought this ain't the place for me to stay, cause I'm brighter than a flare. The whole time all I did was sleep and say a prayer. I knew I was a crazy kid, but thought this is far from fair. Then I learned that most colored kids who evade with weapons get smoked like a square. The odds of us making it is really rare, but for some reason, my life God decided to spare. I was granted a real chance to advance, no stallionaire. I went off into a tangent, but my trials and tribulations I had to share. Sorry for the delay, should have put this out on Mama Day, but had to take my time and do it right, like the the tortoise versus the hare. I ain't trying to diss my dad, just give props to my mom for taking on both roles. Working multiple jobs to provide, taking stay awake, the generic Viron and no doze. To get our mind off of all the hardships, me and my crew would constantly clown like a bunch of bozos. I remember feeling pretty pathetic on career day when the Caucasian kids had their dad speak and I was led astray like throat hose on the strip, selling ass for cash, trying to get a tip. The things we do to keep our head above water is such a trip. But I refuse to lose, and I'ma turn my struggles to success like the kid in Fresh or Clifford Harris, aka Tip. I love you, Miss Military, cause you always kept it G no matter the zip. Kept me on the right course through tough love and chores when I acted out and couldn't get a grip. Showed me unconditional love. From when I was a little bitty baby on your hip to my troubled teen years when I would hustle like Nip, hotboxing with the homies in the whip, thinking I was a blood or crip until you embarrassed me in front of them and busted my lip. I still ain't learned my lesson till they killed my cousin and my Aunt Linda lost it and needed comfort from her man, Rip. When losing a loved one, it's hard to get a grasp, come to terms, and grip. How do you get equipped? My uncle was incarcerated and they claim my cuz committed suicide because they ain't want to investigate a colored kid who died. And here I am just wanting to provide, selling anything from a nick to a zip. You said it's all fun and games till you're in jail without bail, or on the street lies your brains and you're nothing more than a chalk outline on the floor. I said, I love you and won't let that happen. You said I can't control it and you love me more. Love you, mama. Whew. Mentally.